Yo, Canon New Zealand CPS, Canon Professional Services, have just sent us one of our dream kits. So we inquired with them a couple of weeks ago to see if they'd be able to send us some gear for us to have a real world trial to see if we wanted to actually switch from Blackmagic over to Canon. Let's check out what we have.
If you've seen our last video, we have talked about switching away from a lot of our cinema gear. This is the Ursa on the table in the background, over to the likes of the Canon R1 body, as well as the 50mm RF lens, the 28-70 for our A cam, our main documentary camera, the C400. It's pretty amazing that it all fits in this single bag. The C400 can be built out a little bit more with a screen, which we'll get to, but this right here could literally replace all of our gear. We've got two video bodies, really cool camera here, which obviously is the flagship stills camera. It's only 24 megapixels for stills, which some people complain about, but I'm personally excited to test out the Canon R1 for video. And then obviously we've got the C400, which people rave about in terms of a beautiful documentary style camera. I just can't get over that all came out of that single bag.
Yeah, part of the whole reason why we wanted to switch from Blackmagic to Canon was to be able to condense our entire kit down into something that's a whole lot smaller and way more nimble to move around. So literally throw that on your back and you're good to go. Minus all our lighting and our sound gear.
First impressions.
Man, first impressions. The 28-70 is a behemoth. But
massive.
Being f2, giving you that massive aperture, obviously the actual size of the glass is just massive. So awesome to be able to, open that up to f2. Takes a little bit of getting used to where all the buttons are coming from the R5 Mark II, but I've shot on Canon for 17 years, so everything kind of makes sense in some regards.
So one thing I love about the 28-70, or the idea of it for video, is just how versatile it is at that f2. We've been running the 20-55 2.8 on the Ursa, which is a beautiful lens. It's parfocal, which is missing on the RF lenses. I think one thing I might miss pretty quick is that beautiful cine auto manual focus, just being able to use manual focus on the lens, but we'll see. That 28-70 on the Canon really replaces the focal length of this. The Ursa is a crop sensor, 1.6, so it's more like a 30mm lens or a 32mm lens, but the 28 just gives us a little bit of a wide lens. The biggest issue that I already see, bro, is the lack of NDs in the R1. I know the C400 has internal NDs. So for video, that's going to be a little bit niggly because you're going to have to be able to screw on an ND. But I wonder if we could potentially get our matte box on the 28-70.
Well, we can't. We can't put a matte box on purely because of the extender.
Or you clip it on, but then that just gives a lot of extra weight on that extended barrel.
Yeah.
And my concern would be over time it would just...
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to do that. There have been a couple of people reach out to us talking about a new product coming out where you can drop some NDs into the...
Only with EF lenses.
Only EF, yeah.
I guess how I foresee us using this is if you give me this lens, I'll put it on the C400. I can see this being an A cam. Got the C400, 28-70, 2, f2, internal NDs. That's beautiful. Already, it's amazing once you grab it what you start to notice. So on the Ursa, you've got a screen that pops out of the side here, which is great. No screen here. So you're always going to have to grab an external screen and I presume the top handle. So that's always going to have to be there.
But just how, this is so small and compact.
This is not small and compact. This is the same size screen of that as the Ursa.
Well, yeah.
This is compact. This is just tucks away nicely in the side. But to get the same functionality, you have to have this huge top handle. Obviously, the Ursa itself is a bigger camera, but that to me is already annoying, that you have to have all of this just to see what you're doing.
Yeah, okay, I can appreciate that. The good thing is it is replaceable. So with the Blackmagic, if you damage the screen because the wing is out or something, you've got to send that off to Blackmagic. Or
How many times have we had to do that?
9.
We've never had to do that.
We've never had to do that.
Look after your gear and you're not going to have any issues. No, that's not true. Good point. So I think that's something we definitely have done intentionally, is over the years, because it's been such a big setup, we've tried to simplify the Ursa as much as possible. And I've found myself actually filming a lot just with this internal screen rather than an external monitor.
So first impressions, this is...
Are you getting sore legs?
Yeah, I am actually. First impressions, this is really nice. It feels really good in the hand. It is quite front heavy if you're just purely holding onto the handle there.
One thing I just noticed,
Quite noisy. The
fan noise on this is loud. Way louder than the Ursa. Although when you put the Ursa down on grass, the grass tends to poke through the bottom of the vents there, and it does definitely make a few noises that way.
First impressions, it just feels so good in the hand. Feels really good in the hand.
I do like the grip with the additional function, so you can change a whole bunch of function buttons using the grip. On the Ursa, all you can do is record, and this requires a LANC cable, L-A-N-C, and those LANC cables are super fragile, and so we've actually broken the front port using this handle, and so basically this is a dead handle now. We can't actually use it to record.
True, and in that case, if we wanted to get it fixed, we've got to send it off to Blackmagic.
Yep.
And we'd be without...
Which is overseas for us.
Yeah, overseas. We'd be without that part for however long. Whereas CPS in New Zealand, if we have an issue, we can just say, hey, something's broken. Can you send us a replacement while it's getting fixed? They'll give us a replacement, fix the unit, send it back. We send back the replacement or the temp one, and we can just keep going without being interrupted as much as possible.
I do like the fact that you can replace these cables between the screen and the body of the camera. That is a nice touch. I think a lot of the new cameras coming out, especially the Pixis from Blackmagic, have all adopted that style. I'm just not sold on this whole screen setup. Can you see that's already loose? Time will tell as to how durable this is. I'm not sure if you're about to see this, but this is already loose on this attachment point here. So that makes me nervous. I'm going to check that Canon don't have a different way to attach this screen, because the screen's here and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 joints between the screen and this. I mean, that's obviously there for maximum articulation, but it's just clunky. I don't think it's, in my opinion, I think it's clunky.
One thing I will say in regards to the R1 is that right now, without having done some robust testing, I'm not convinced that the R1 is suitable for our needs in terms of a B cam and a hybrid for shooting stills as well. It's the cost, the additional investment of an extra, what, 4 or 5 grand to go to the R1 from the R5.
Yep.
I'm yet to see the performance between the R5 to the R1.
So for me, it's not performance. For me, it is weather sealing. It's the battery life. It's the ability to have a few of these batteries.
So you could put on a battery grip and have 2 batteries in the R5?
Yep, again, it's just another clunky thing for the R5. If you're going for the R5 body, you're going because it's a small compact setup, in my opinion. The ability on here to have a Ethernet out, which is great. I know you can get an R5 grip for that functionality, but for me, it's the grab and go package, knowing that this is going to be good in any environment, as well as obviously having 2 dual card slots, the same card, the CF Express Type B.
So
Form factor for video.
oh,
So it's a little
super
bit
small.
It's a little bit nicer than the R5.
Well, it's bigger, so you're not going to get that same body shake that you would in a lighter camera. So it's a bit heavier. Same thing with the screen though. It doesn't fully articulate out to flush.
I don't know why they did that.
But all in all, I'm excited to get my hands on this, start shooting, get some real world experience to be able to give everyone who's watching and watch the journey some feedback.
Yeah. So we're going to be testing this gear out for the next 2 weeks. Canon have given us 2 weeks to test all this gear. So we're actually going to take it out on a couple of jobs, compare it to, oh, that's just so heavy compared to all of Obviously this has a V-lock on it. And if we were to rig this out, we'd need to probably put a V-lock if we're doing a lot of shooting. But then again, it might just be easier to carry a few of these spare.
If there's anything that you want to know about this gear or this setup while we're testing, drop us a comment below and we'll try answer them as we go along.
It's going to be a bunch of fun testing this out. Stay tuned and make sure you subscribe if you do want to see more Canon videos. And our thoughts going from the Ursa G2, we have larger cinema gear that we've used for the last 5 or 6 years. And we're on this journey to try and simplify our kit without sacrificing quality, moving more into the documentary style filmmaking space and having a setup where we can take beautiful stills and amazing video work in a compact package, as you saw, one single bag to have all of this gear versus a ton of hard cases.
So thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see and you want to follow along on the journey, like, subscribe, all the fun YouTube things, and we'll see you in the next video.
I'm really surprised your 40-year-old knees have held out.
I just can't get up.